Hello, everyone. Today is day 6 of our series, Navarasa Series, Decoding the 9 Emotions of Navaratri. And I'm very happy to have Dr. Pooja Pandey Tripathi with me. She's a doctor. She takes, thank you. She takes volley classes. She is into acting. She produces, directs movies. She performs, different kinds of acts and stage performances at Rang Shankara. And she's a content creator. She runs women communities. Is there anything that is still left to be done, Dr. Pooja? Help us with
No, I
your
think
journey
that's
and what you
enough.
do.
So I am Pooja Pandey Tripathi and a founder of Arogya Physiotherapy. I'm running 2 clinic, and but is my name and my profession is my only identity? I don't think so. At least it is not for me. As a child, if you ask somebody what is your name, beta, they'll ask. My name is this. I love doing this. I love my color is this, and they will just not stop till you tell them to stop. But as we grow, our identity shrink to our profession and our name, and that's what I didn't want it. So I never stopped myself from experimenting, never questioned myself, and I became what I wanted to become. And I think I will be doing so much more. I'm a yoga therapist, I'm a zumba instructor, I now actually making wolly instructor. I am a pelvic floor therapist. Apart from that, I also run a theater company called Being Productions, and I also do movies and ads, and I write poems. So I write a lot of poems. So I'm poetess. I write plays as well. Someday I want to write a book as well. I like talking good. So yes, I don't want to shrink. If you ask me talk about you, then I think it will become night. So this is good enough. But don't shrink your identity. Make it like, shine through.
Oh my God, I am just going bonkers on what this conversation will be for the audience because you have such a powerful bomb thrown, right at the start. And don't shrink your identity with just one thing. Experiment and do what you want and try new things. So that's very amazing. And kudos to the recent award that you got. So I saw it on
Thank you.
yeah, Facebook. And so today's emotion, as you know, is bhayanak, which is called fear.
Mm.
And a lot of people have a lot of apprehensions about, like, not many people would be like you who would, have this ability to transform and transcend into different kinds of roles. And not only work roles, you also, have managed your family very well. And obviously, you must be, spending time with your parents, families. So, what is your suggestion on, how do we come out of the comfort zone, come out of the shell? How do we experiment? How do we shut those little inner voices who tell them, तुमसे ना हो पाएगा types?
क्योंकि आपसे सब कुछ हो पाएगा। अगर मुझसे हो पाएगा तो आपसे भी सब कुछ हो पाएगा। ये कोई स्पेशल यहाँ पे क्वीन पहन के बैठी नहीं हुई हूँ। तो अगर मुझसे हो पाएगा तो आपसे हो पाएगा। What we have to do to basically keep one which you already mentioned is exploring and experimenting. Okay, until unless you don't explore things. For example, how do I know that whether I can become a good yoga therapist? Until unless I try yoga. You know, you all of us want to learn swimming, but learning swimming does not come in just doing in air, right? You have to jump in the pool, right? So without there will be lot of thoughts before, I mean, you will have lot of things going on here. Without giving that a thought, for a change, give your heart a thought. What you want to do, just do it. There are 2 3 risks involved. If, for example, you are one of the main earner of the family, and you have to maybe quit a job and do things, maybe then you slow down. For example, there are a lot of theater artists who tell me that we want to become full-time theater artists. We don't want to do job at all. I always tell them that become a full-time theater artist only when you have money in your hand. So I'm saying that you may not become a full-time theater artist, become 2-hour theater artist, become 3-hour theater artist with whatever you have. So don't tell, okay, now I have to do job. I just can't do that, because you, from me to Ambani to Modi, all of us have the same time. Okay. When Modi can, when Ambani can do it, so that Megha can do it, so Pooja can do it. Okay. So
True.
have doubts in your mind that you can do it or not, just do it. The maximum what will happen is you will not learn at the first fall. Let yourself fall again and again and explore. Okay.
Sure. So I think this is a very valid input that you have said that, and I agree with you a lot that people should not, because there is this talk about following your passion and all that. But then if you just get into doing things without taking adequate risk, that risk equation has to be taken. It should not be like you just jump into doing something new without testing waters. So that's very important.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first step that we have identified is that explore and then test the waters, experiment with what you want to do, and then get into it. But doctor,
Yes.
there would be a lot of people who would still want to try, but they will have all this, see, my questions are also coming with buts and ifs, because these are the things that people usually deal with.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
have this
Yes.
fear,
Yes.
the fear of, oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm not perfect. How am I going to look in this podcast? And will I
Yes.
be able to speak properly, or will I be able to, grow in that particular segment or not? There is so much of competition. There are so many people already out there. So how do we face those typical fears? Because competition is going to be there with so many 1.4 billion population in India. There's
Yes.
not a segment that is
Yes.
left without competition. So how do we tackle
Yes.
this situation?
Um, See, basically all the fear, all 8 or 10 fear, whatever, fear of missing out, fear of rejection, fear of judging, fear of losing control, fear of anxiety, panic, okay, all comes from one very main reason, that I am not enough. Okay. When you feel that I am not enough for doing this job, enough for working in a corporate world, or there are so many people who are working better than me, that thought come into your mind, whatever you are performing, you will stop performing that also. Okay. See, for example, let's take a Bollywood industry. From Rakhi Sawant to Deepika Padukone, everybody has made their mark.
True.
Okay, and their own mark. You can't say Madhuri Dixit and Deepika Padukone are same, or you can't say Alia Bhatt is like somebody else. So Alia Bhatt is Alia Bhatt. Similarly, all of us, very important thing is all of us are unique. Yes, our two qualities can match, but there is something about Pooja that Mega can't replicate, and there is something about Mega which Pooja cannot replicate. So, one is we need to find ourselves. We need to be connecting to ourselves. We need to know that we are enough. When you know that you are enough, you will, even if we are humans, so we will have all the Navarasa in our life, okay,
True.
including the fear. You can overcome when you know, no, I can do it. I'm not even looking for competition. I want to give my 100%. I am enough. I want to give my 100%. Doesn't matter whether I will become like Ashok or become like Pradeep, whoever is my competitor are. It doesn't matter. I want to make my own mark in my field. Okay. If that was not the case, how can in one field there are so many people making mark? Okay. There are so many companies, so many companies. So many CEOs, right? Yes, that is there. Everybody does not become CEO, but you need not become CEO. Okay, you can be doing your own work at a place, but everybody, even the CEO, recognize your work. Okay, so first is I am enough.
True, true. I am enough. So, this is the starting point, that I am enough. Now, coming to the next stage. So, even if I have convinced myself that, okay, the person has convinced himself or herself that they're going to do this activity, taken the adequate risk assessment, the next challenge would be, obviously, it's not going to be a smooth journey. There will be challenges, there will be workplace challenges, there will be getting the right resources challenges, there will be challenges of from the family members. Oh, you keep on working so many hours, but what is the result? So how do we
Yes.
handle this conflict at workplace and business in the area that we are working with?
Okay, see, we have to understand that conflict is inevitable.
Okay.
Okay, inevitable. You can't avoid conflict. Two people, conflict is going to there. I told, every person is unique. So the way they think at the situation is unique. So first we have to understand that conflict is inevitable. It will happen. Okay. So when you have already thought that it is inevitable, so you accept when the conflict come, first you accept कि conflict होना ही था, हो गया. Now what can I do? Run away from that situation or leave that company and join other company, or I can talk and communicate. Maybe that person, whatever he or she may be thinking about that project, actually can make sense, and together we can make this project actually better. So let me just hear her out, hear him out, and if I think that is not going to help the project, then I can put my perspective that how can this point can help the project. So when I actually communicate, talk and listen, you have to first is listen. You first tell, okay, what do you think? I think I may be wrong. Please give your point of view. No, I don't think so, because I have done the research, and this is the reason why I'm presenting this point. Do you agree with that? So first is listen, and then you communicate, then you talk about your point of view, and maybe you together come up with something else, or one of you will agree. So it is very important, because once you hear out, you actually investigate the situation or the project, what is going better for that, and then you work towards a common goal. So then the conflict goes away. So it is very important to understand conflict is inevitable. So you don't think because of me this has happened, or because of him this has happened. Let's not do that. Conflict is, you fight with your husband, it's, you fight with your children, you fight with your parents, you will fight with your at your workplace also, right? So fighting is, that is normal, that is actually good. Fighting is one of the ways of communication, that we feel the ease to fight with you.
True.
Okay.
True. So I think it's a very valid point that first of all we need to accept the emotion that we are going through, accept the conflict that will happen, that is bound to happen, and then try to reason it out instead of just giving hypothetical situations. If you back it up with data, if you back it up with your information and why you're doing, it puts a perspective, and then the other person might be more approachable and might even help you solve that problem. So
Yes, yes.
so that's a
And
very
when you listen to them, while listening to them, you also actually understand what they are saying is actually better for the project, and maybe you will yourself say, why did I disagree at the first place itself,
sure.
right? So when you hear a lot of things, you can actually, when you talk, you're not able to communicate completely. When you hear, you able to communicate completely.
So we all need to develop good listening qualities, listening skills, and interpret it, and then
Yes,
and not reply, but react, but respond to it. I think that's the
yes,
strategy. Very nice.
yes, yes.
Since it's Women's Month, so I always bring some topic, some aspect related to women and feminine energy. Now,
Yes.
like you are creating content and the kind of work that you do, it requires a lot of artistic qualities. You are totally exposing yourself, in the public
Yes.
domain.
Yes.
But women
Yes.
have a lot of, this fear, of what should they, like I was in a meeting sometime back last week, and a lot of women were asking, if they put some certain kind of content on social media, they will be judged in a particular way. They'll be, people will start assessing them in certain ways. So they don't like
Yes.
to get into that domain, and that is why they don't do the things that they want to do. And also, there are a lot of societal pressures, that people also expect women not to be very outgoing, not to be very fearless. So how do we do that
Yes.
balancing act?
Ah. So one about being judged. Your first question was about being judged. So if you want to go out and you want to be there, see, if you don't want to do that, then the question doesn't come at all.
True.
But if you want to go out and be there, then who is judging you? Okay, one, somebody you don't know at all. So they don't matter to you. Let them judge. You have to understand, from Indira Gandhi to Sushma Swaraj to Deepika Padukone to anybody in any field. Okay, I am saying names which are famous,
True.
but anybody in any field has been judged for various reasons. We have not been in their shoes.
True.
So if you want to make your mark, then get ready for the judgment. It is very important. It is, there was one of interviews of Priyanka I was seeing, and she told that it is not the good girls who make the mark. It is the bold girls who make the mark. Okay,
Wow.
you have to understand that judgment. Yeah. So yeah, you have to understand that the judgment will be there from your own mother, from your mother-in-law, from your family. Does Now, if they don't matter to you, the judgment also. If they matter to you, you can always communicate. You can tell, see, I love dancing. Dancing is my passion. Okay, dancing makes me happy. When I am happy, I can make you guys happy, who are in my company, my children happy. Children say, you are 50-year-old, you are making this content, we feel so embarrassed. Okay, you have to also tell that this is Malaika Arora Khan, look at her son. Her son is supporting her, right? And you have to support me because I want to do right now. This is about me, my happiness. And if they love you, if they don't love you, they will not understand. And then it doesn't matter to you. If they love you, they will 101% understand. Okay. Your second question. So, judgment, just don't care. If you want to do it, go there. But you should not because of the way you want to express yourself, you can't please everyone, but you can't hurt everybody.
True. True.
You can't hurt everybody. you
True.
know just put your things out there to hurt everybody. Your intention should not be that. Your
True.
intention should not be that. Okay, you don't want to do that because you want to hurt others. No, no. That is not done. Okay.
Definitely.
Now, second is about how they come out of society pressure or the pressure. Like, see, we have to understand that the woman is not soft and tender. All
Yes.
of us are Ardhanareshwari. That
True.
means we are half men and half women. It's just that my body is looking like, see, if you take me to shopping center, my men will come out. Okay, I just can't shop. I can't shop. My
Okay.
men will come out. I will sit with another the shop because I can't go with women for. So
Okay.
we are definitely, all of us are Ishwari, okay? And you have to understand, give that labor pain to a man, they will not withstand. That means even if we outside look this feminine, soft, subtle, from inside, our body is as hard as steel. You know, we have the courage to get ourselves cut to bring another baby into who the man has the courage. You tell them, will they take 7 stitches in their penis? No, we take in our vagina. Episiotomy happens, the baby comes out. So we are anyways mentally, physically much more stronger than a man. Okay, so if you want to do it, I have so many women in my life, you see, including Atrai also, who has come out of all the pressures and are there. You know, they don't have education, they don't have money, they came out of a bad marriage, and today they are earning, they've become fitness instructor, they are earning. I know such women. Okay, so I know nothing is impossible. Okay, because there is a possible in impossible also,
True.
right? So nothing is what you are thinking right now. No, you don't, Puja, you don't understand me. Your husband completely support you, your father-in-law completely. See, you don't understand that if my husband and father-in-law was not supporting me, they will not be there in my life.
That's a
My
good
life,
one.
because they are supporting me.
That's a good one.
They are
That's a good
supporting me.
one.
See what I want to do. There is a reason why I'm born. I'm not born because I was supposed to be someone daughter-in-law or someone wife only or someone mother only. I'm also want to explore my own self every single day, because before I die I should be like, I live, मैंने पूरी जिंदगी अपने मन से जिया और बहुत खुश होके जिया, जिससे कि जब मैं मरूं तो मरते वक्त भी मेरे मुंह में एक स्माइल हो। उसके लिए अभी मुझे फियर का त्याग करना होगा, मुझे वो करना पड़ेगा जो मुझे करने का मन कर रहा है।
Very
ओके,
true.
तो इसके लिए आप याद रखिए कि आप अर्ध नारीश्वरी है, आप आधी नारी है और आधा मैन है, तो आपके लिए कुछ भी इम्पॉसिबल नहीं है।
True. Very rightly said. And that's why, we have these we worship the 9 forms of Devi also, because she
Yes.
has different kinds of energies, and every day has a different kind of energy release. So, yeah, so there are sometimes, the people get out of the shell because the situations have put them into. And there are a lot of times people are not able to get out of the shell for unknown reasons. So is it that the lack of skills is a challenge because they might not? And what would be your thoughts on if somebody wants, like you've also touched upon, the age bracket, that despite the fact that somebody might be 50 or 40, they should be able to do what they want to do. So what is
Yes.
the process of coming out? What are the things that they should be doing, looking at, irrespective of the stage
Okay.
and phase of life?
So there was this a research done at Stanford pass out people who are very successful. Okay, 10,000 pass out student who are very successful. They were actually interviewed, and when the interview happened, so when we talk about generally talk about our the skills which we are having, it is basically two of them. One is your domain expertise, okay, and another is soft skills, right? So at least 90% of our money goes to domain expertise. Somebody will become engineer, somebody will become medical, somebody will actually become HR, somebody. So domain expertise, we basically put 90% of our money is in domain expertise. But it is soft skill, 87% of people told is actually related with their success. Okay, and if that is not the reason, the chai wala would not become the prime minister of the country.
True.
Okay,
True.
he is, because he has soft skills. So one very important thing which we have to do for ourselves, for our employees in the corporate company, for kids we have, anybody, you have to also spend on soft skill.
Very true.
Even if you don't like theater, do theater because you want to come out and communicate. Try doing theater, your communication will automatically become better. Okay, it will not become better just by basically reading English till 12th. It will not. It
Yeah.
will not. Okay, your so you have to invest on your soft skill, you have to get out there, exercise, invest on your fitness. These are all soft skills which you develop, which will eventually help you in your domain expertise as well. Okay, so it is very important. One is you have to invest on soft skill, you have to learn soft skill. It you can't say, oh, talking is easy, Talking is not a skill, it is a very good skill. It's a very good skill. Sometimes I may not be able to cure people with my hand, but I'm able to cure them through my words. It
Wow.
is a very, very good skill. So huh, I recently went to a advanced meditation course for 4 days where I was silent completely for 4 days, and that bring me so much clarity on myself. Just sitting with yourself. So 4 days, that means 4 days time I give, money I give, I sat there, but will that not help me? It will help me throughout maybe this year. It will help the stress which may be building, it would have already resolved it completely. So you have to spend on stress management, do things which makes you happy. So soft skill is very, very, very important. And if you want to be successful and if you want to come out of the shell, okay, always remember, I always say this, you have to connect with your breath. The day you know yourself, you want to know everybody else. Till the time you don't know yourself, you don't have the confidence to know everybody else. Because when you will go and speak to Mega, what you will say, who are you? I don't know. I don't know what is there inside. I'm still, today I like laughing, tomorrow I like crying. I don't have control in my emotion. I don't like shouting, but I end up shouting at the end of the day. When I don't know myself, how will I come out of my shell? So it is very important to know ourselves. Okay. There's so many people out there who don't know themselves. They will tell, you don't know me. Actually, you don't know yourself.
True, true, true.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a colloquial word that is, commonly used. You don't know me, but the fact is that we actually don't know ourselves. The pun intended, very nicely
Yes.
done, and very nicely. I think there are a lot of nice takeaways that we need to invest not only on the core area for our employees, for our workplace, for our families, for our kids, and for people around us, but also to go beyond that circle of knowledge and also, uh,
Yes.
invest in other things. And that also helps you to meet different kinds of people. And then once you realize, Arey yaar, we were just cribbing for that one small problem. People have thousand different challenging
Yes.
problems and compared to that, our problem is just
Yes.
nothing. So I think that's a very
Nothing.
valuable takeaway. And invest in skills and keep
Yes.
improving. And your meditation. I mean, you'll get a medal for this. For not being able to for not talking for 4 days. People will be surprised. Maybe I don't know. I can't do it for 4 days not talking.
No, I had 100 participant in my batch, out of which so many children were 18, 19, 20, like that.
Oh,
Okay, so it's not that gone are the days that these were things only for the old age or people who were about to die. Today, if you want to be mentally sane, you have to meditate. You have to
true,
meditate. Why I get fear? Why I don't get stressed? Because I invest my time and money on meditation, on learning again something in yoga, on pranayam. Because when your breath and your mind has amazing connection, you are trying to actually solve a code and everything. Always remember, Newton worked so hard to find the gravity and he just gave up and he sat in the down the tree. And when he started relaxing and breathing is when the apple fell down.
wow,
Okay,
yes,
so you have to, thing is here going on. What happens when student have exam or when corporate people may have very, very important meeting? Night whole day they will be preparing the slide. What they need to do? They need to actually sleep so that this is all clear. The shit here, the brain shit clears up and you shine. And then before presenting, instead of shivering, they should meditate and breathe. When you meditate and breathe, if you have gone for an interview with night reading something, and they will tell, and when a person who has meditated and done pranayama may not know everything, they'll be like, yes, bring it on. I'll be able to answer as much as I can answer. So So this makes a lot of difference. So meditation and pranayam is basically for everyone. You need to just experience it. It's not, see, you can't say that it is not for me, because then bathing is also not for you, or brushing or going to the toilet is also not for you. When you are doing that because that is necessary for your life. This is also, breathing is necessary for your life. Don't think that's the first thing in your life. You breathe. As you come out of your mother, you breathe by crying.
True.
Okay, so that is the last till your breath. So you have to meditate and pranayam, and more important for people who work in corporate, to do the stress management, so that all the suicide which is happening, what, why suicide is also another kind of fear, no, fear to face people, fear to show marks, fear to lose things. So all these things, you cannot even think of suicide once you start meditating. That will never be in your mind, never ever.
True.
Okay, that's the 18-year-old boy is going and not jumping in MG Road and coming and in the ashram and sitting and meditating, because they must have felt something. Their parents cannot send them at 18, 19. It must be coming from inside to them. So, yes, it is good if you meditate. If it is very, very good if you do pranayama.
Very nice takeaways. We, irrespective of age and stage, because the times have changed, we have to focus. While it has been so much told, but we still don't do it. So we have to fix time for our meditation,
Yeah.
for pranayams, for a breathing
Yes.
practice, and give time for
Yes.
balancing our stress. Otherwise, suicides, divorce rate, which has gone up, will continue to happen in India at a
Yes.
larger scale.
Yes.
So before I let you
Yes.
go, Doctor, your final takeaways, some practice that you would want that people should definitely follow over and above meditation, reskilling. One thing.
Yes, of course. You follow a good lifestyle, that itself make a good difference. You sleep, you meditate, you do pranayam, you do exercise, you have smile on your face throughout the day. That makes a lot of difference. But above all, I always tell that, you should always have faith. When you have faith, the fear just goes away. And it's
True.
not the faith only on the spirituality level, faith on the level that your manager will take care of you if you goof up. That faith that there are good people also sitting in your office. It's not your office.
True.
If you don't manifest it here, it is not going to happen. How come? I always have 4 or 5 maid in my house. People ask me, why, how can you work, you work and you always have the same maid, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, same cook, same driver. How is that possible? There is only one thing. I have faith in them. If I am not there, you will take care of my house, and that faith is 101% without the doubt. I'm not saying you have the same kind of faith, but that manifestation in the mind has created this balance system for me. This is something which I practice. Have faith that when you will do something, you will do much more bigger out of it. Okay, much more greater, and there'll be 1,000 people who are support. Don't think if I do this, 100 people will judge me. Think 1,000 will support you,
Sure.
right?
Thank you so much. It's been a very good session talking to you. Thank you so much, Dr. Pooja, for
Same
coming
here.
on the show. Thank
Same
you.
here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.